Welcome to the round 13 Lions Den. After a couple of weeks hiatus, Locke, it's great to be back.
Mate, it's great to be back, and I'm super excited for the next 6 weeks for the Den and for the footy club.
Absolutely, mate. How good were those 2 weeks away in Positano, though? Gee, we treated ourselves.
It's a gorgeous coastline, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful over there. I highly recommend you get over there if you get a chance. But enough about that. Let's get into the footy. Lockie, what were your results from the weekend?
Mate, I'm covering the Thirds. Unfortunately, they had another loss, but from all the reports that they're staying upbeat, they're staying positive, and they're still cracking the contest, which is good signs there. Now, 19s had a massive win by 136 points, and incredibly, every player who played actually kicked a bag in that day. So, congrats to the 19s, doing great stuff.
And for the women's team on the weekend, I was able to watch them, and they had a really good win, a really important win. They secured second spot at the moment, and with only 2 rounds to go, they've got the top 4 sewn up, and now they want that double chance. So they think they won by about 5 goals, and Lucy Cutts was the difference. The captain kicked 3 goals in that third quarter and broke the game apart.
Beautiful.
It was great to see. Seconds also had a really important win by less than a goal. Jimmy Doherty kicked the winner from about 40 metres out with about a minute to go, and that keeps their slim, but they're still there, their final chances alive. They're 2 games out of the 4 with 6 games to go.
Hasn't Jimmy been playing well?
That's fantastic. It's great to get him back. I think he quit his tennis career and he's chosen the Coles, which is great to see.
Beautiful.
To the seniors game, we had a 7-goal win against by Morris. Lockie, how did you see it, mate?
Well, unfortunately, I was stuck on the sidelines with my ankle injury, but I got to sit up at the coach's box and had a pretty good view. I think our ball movement was as good as it's been for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think we're getting back to some really good passages of play, which is good. Good signs from a couple of key individuals, such as Viv Michi, having 40 possessions and 3 goals. So really impressed with his game, but just really good to see getting back to our best. What do you think?
Exactly. No, I think you summed it up really well. The ball movement was a real highlight. Just a couple of things defensively I think we just need to touch up on. We pride ourselves in being the best defensive team, and we've probably gone away from that last couple of weeks. So if we can fix that up, we'll be right back on top of our game.
Completely agree. Now, I just want to quickly just give a quick shout out to Ben Robbins, who, for all that don't know him, he came to the club in 06 and won a B grade flag, and we haven't been back down to B grade from there. Prior to that, he played a bit of footy in the AFL. Now he's doing some work with the leadership group at North Melbourne, doing some sports psychology stuff. So we were lucky enough to sit down with him, the leaders, that is, on Monday night, just to get some tips and develop our leadership. So I just wanted to say thanks to Ben Robbins for your time. We certainly got a lot out of it.
We've got a special guest on the Den this week, the captain of the Collegians Football Club, Courtney Hilton. Courtney, come on down, mate.
Cool. Welcome to the Den, mate.
Thanks very much.
Are you a fan of the Den?
Long time listener, first time on the show, which is really exciting.
Mate, it's bloody great to have you, that's for sure.
It is great to have you. Now, I'm going to start with the questions. My question here is just to get a bit of a profile on you, a bit of history. So when did you come down to the school?
So I came down to Wesley end of year 9. Actually, Mark Gibbons got me down. Thank you, Dad, for that.
There you go.
And then went through school, played in the 2010 flag, which was incredible. Then went back to the Western Jets and played as the under-19. Then I was actually at a bit of a crossroad. Was going to potentially go play in the EFL for cash or come play with some mates, and a bit of back and forth. Decided to come. Best move that I've ever made, I think.
We're very thankful for that.
And so then here I am. Played in the 2012 flag, and then have been with the Lions ever since. So far so good.
Beautiful. Mate, you touched on the fact that you played in the 2012 A grade flag. Do you see any similarities from that year when you were a very young player? Obviously you're a senior player now, to sort of the culture and standard of football that we're playing this year. Obviously we're sitting second on the ladder and hopefully going to have another good successful final stint. Do you see some similarities between that year and this year?
Yeah, definitely, and I think I'm in a completely different position. In the position that I was in 2012, I was really young. To be honest, I didn't think that it mattered whether I played good or not, because you had guys like Blumfield and that are going to turn up every week and kind of get the job done. So now I come on a complete other side as a leader of the club, and how do I motivate them like they did for us? But I think the group's really, really strong. We're young, so we just need to realise that there's a really big opportunity there for us to take, because the last thing you want to be doing is having beers on footy chip and saying, fuck, what could have been.
Yeah.
It tastes a lot sweeter when you win, that's for sure.
Completely agree, and that is a great segue, because my next question is actually, who is the best person you've actually seen on the football trip?
Well, my debut footy trip after the flag, I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to have Andy Stone as my senior.
That's 2 in a row for the big guy.
So what happened, I got read out, Andy Stone, we went to the hairdressers, got my hair bleach blonde twice.
I remember that.
And I literally looked like Dennis Rodman. And was in a pirate costume for the whole weekend. Lost my wallet, tried to dye my hair back because I had work on the Monday, ended up going black and looking emo, and I've actually been shaving my hair ever since.
It's good course.
So he's a very elite specimen.
Well, that's 2 weeks in a row that Stoney's been nominated as the best on footy trip. Chunky Hampton gave it to him last week.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Final question from me, mate. In the senior side, which player do you think has improved most this year, or maybe that surprised you a little bit in how well they're playing at the moment? Because there's a few of them.
Yeah, there's a couple, and I'll have to leave a bit of a shout out to my north side compadres.
Yeah.
So Alfay has turned his game around. So he was a winger that didn't really know where he was supposed to play, a midfielder that wasn't in the mix, and now he's become one of our best shutdown defenders. Sure. And then Billy Riddle and Xander Croft were getting consistent goals out of them, which is what you need. You can't rely on a couple of players to kick the goals. So I think the Northside crew is going very strong. Our pork roll and a pig donut every Saturday is a ritual that we continue to go
exactly.
on.
Exactly. I think if Viv Mitchie slows down, Alfay might actually be a sneaky for the best and fairest at the moment. The way he's playing.
He's playing very good.
He's playing.
I don't know if he's slowing down. So
No, let's hope not.
Yeah, it's a good issue to have.
Exactly. Well, Hilton, we appreciate your time, mate.
Thank you very much.
It was very good. And for everyone else, the senior side, we're away this week against Old Melburnians, Elsternwick Park. So we in a massive game. So we hope to see you all there. That's it for now, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
See you guys.